looks like it's live. Okay, I don't know how long I'll last because I am not feeling well at all, but I've been putting this off for a long time. This is more of a test than anything else, just to see, how it looks later on. But wanted to do something. Ooh, what do we got? The Running Man, which is currently on Netflix for me. Talk about a Stephen King adaptation that went off the rails. They don't even try to make it like the original. I don't think King cared very much. This is one of those books he wrote when he was so, like, I don't know if it was coked out or the alcohol or what, but he wrote it in about a week. He has no memory of writing it at all. I wish I could write a book that way and have a hit. And it's not even one of his normal books. It's one of his Richard Bachman books, which he always insisted, there was nothing different about those books. It was just the timing, because he was such a prolific writer and still is. He just writes and writes and writes that he didn't like how publishers or whatever didn't seem to think he should release more than one book within a year. He wanted to do more, so that's where he came up with the pseudonym to do it for. And throughout the 80s, people didn't know. People did figure it out. But this is one of the Bachman books. But I was going to say, he always said, like, there was nothing to tie the Bachman books together. There wasn't, like, he didn't write them differently or anything. But I don't know. They do feel a bit different to me. But maybe that's just a hindsight thing. When I read the Bachman books, I read them fully knowing it was Stephen King. It was years after it had all been revealed. So I don't know. Maybe you're just looking for something that's not there. But The Running Man, it's not that special of a book, but it's certainly worth a read. It can be exciting, but yeah, they really basically took the idea of it being a show, a game show, and that's what they play up. They really play up the game show angle. In the novel, it's been many years since I read it, but it's not as flashy or anything. It's like, yeah, it's a show or something, but I don't know if they had like a studio audience and a host and all this. They were like, okay, let's take what we know about game shows and apply it to this crazy society. I don't know. And it's very, the whole idea of like people hunting him, it's just sort of random people hunting him. It's like, what, they get money if they kill him or something like that. I can't remember. Plus, his character is supposed to be such an everyman character. And here we have, in 1987, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I won't say at the height of his fame, but building up to the height of his fame. The furthest guy from an everyman, and yet he's played an everyman in movies besides this, so whatever. It's kind of the least of the movie's problems, I guess. But yeah, but they have like specific hunters in this that are built up with like big personalities, a lot like professional wrestling, as I recall. It's been a long time since I watched the movie either. So, whatever, what the fuck, let's do it. It's on Netflix for me, but that's in Canada, so it might not be the same in the US or other countries. I think that's the TriStar logo that comes up first. I'm not good, like, for somebody who watches as many movies, like, that's one thing I don't really keep track of. Like, Jay and some of my other friends, they'll know the studio that put out various movies. I don't keep track of that. I don't think about it. Like, okay, yeah, I know some of them, like the Alien franchise, is Fox and stuff like that. But most of the time, I don't know. Like, if you said something wrong, like, Paramount put this out, I wouldn't correct you probably because I wouldn't know. I don't keep track. I think this is the TriStar logo. Isn't TriStar with the horse running at the screen? I don't know. That's what I think what we got. So I'll do the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Hit play on that for The Running Man. And we'll get going. There's no point in doing a big intro or anything like that. Everything that needs to be said is said. I'll have to probably put the volume down. I'm sure it's too much, as it always is. But 3, 2, 1. Let's hit play. Yeah, you got the white horse running. That's TriStar, isn't it? I remember the music. Let's see. Yeah. TriStar. Not around anymore. TriStar Victory. I don't know who else is in this. I know they used a real game show host. It might even be Richard Dawson, the famous one. But yeah, I don't really remember any other actors in this. It really is the Arnold show. Do I mind that it's not faithful to the original book? No, because the original book is nothing special. Stephen King wrote a lot of cool classic books. This isn't one of them. They sort of, they really dress it up and make it really flashy and game show-esque, which I think is fine. It's an okay angle to go with. And hey, you might as well use Arnold since he's a hot commodity at the time. So 2017. I don't know if it's set in 2017, but it's saying by 2017 the world economy has collapsed. Police state, blah blah blah. The Running Man is the sadistic, state. I mean, that much is still the same as in the book. It's like everything. It's like a police state type world that runs this. There might be some sort of small resistant movement. I don't know. But yeah, when high-tech gladiators are not enough to suppress the people's yearning for freedom, more direct methods become necessary. Like, none of this crawl, I think, is from the book. It's the setup, sort of. Man, I turned this way down. It's still too long. So it's a very 80s, 21st century, as one expects. It's like Back to the Future Part 2 up in here. Cat, if you're coming, come. Don't just look at me there. She's distracting me. Oh, I should put subtitles on. Usually I have them always on. There we go. I should take care of that. I don't remember the opening at all. I don't know. Okay, so in this, he works for the state. So obviously, they're gonna tell him to like kill people. He's gonna refuse to do it. Yeah, see, the crowd's unarmed, women and children. Okay, yeah, he's gonna refuse to do it, so he's gonna get punished in this way. It's not like that in the book. I think in the book, I think the guy even actually applies or tries out or something, or tries to be on the show because if you do make it, you get money or something. I'm pretty sure. It's hard to remember. A long time since I watched this movie, a long time since I read the book. They are two very different things. But yeah, he's fighting his crew. He won't kill the innocent women and children. You can't get to the chopper because they're already in the chopper. Classic Arnold noises. I want to think that he is called Richards in the book, not that it matters in the slightest, but that sounds right. So, cut to Wilshire Detention Zone, 18 months later. So he's been a prisoner for a while. Okay, that looks like... Maybe I'm wrong. Yaphet Kotto's in here. Speaking of Alien, he's in the first Alien. It's one of the crew members. So that's a name I know, at least. Jim Brown, that's somebody. And maybe it's the football. There's a football Jim Brown, right? I don't know. Jesse Ventura's in this, too. Oh, I see. Jesse Ventura was a wrestler at the time. And Jesse, of course, these are both 87 movies. Predator was 87 too, right? So I don't know if this came out first or not, but yeah, so you got Arnold and Jesse, both future governors, in a couple movies together. Predator's obviously the better one. But you understand Jesse Ventura in this. He must be one of the hunters, I assume. Professor Toru Tanaka. I like that he had the professor there. Hey, Dweezil Zappa. That's one of Frank Zappa's kids. Yeah, Richard Dawson. Everybody ready to play the feud? Survey says, show me potato salad. Okay, also. I don't have any idea what's going to happen here. Is he going to try to do an escape? One thing that's really different, I think, is the whole running thing is where they set you loose to be hunted, I think is a designated area. Whereas I'm pretty sure in the original book, it's just the city in general. Because I think I remember him doing things like checking into motels and stuff, trying to lay low. Civilians are in the mix too. While people are trying to kill him, civilians are around. This, I think they're released into some sort of designated area for the hunting where, regular civilians and society doesn't take place. But again, it's been quite a few years, so I don't know. let's not rely on my memory for this one. Oh, they even have restraint collars. That's a big thing in future prisons. I'm sure those are coming any day now. So these two staging a fight? Possibly. Possibly. Nothing beats the prison in Face Off. Love that prison. Everybody has to wear the magnetized boots and stuff. It's such a stupid prison, but I love it. Of course, there's a pretty good prison in that Christopher Lambert movie. Was it called Fortress or something? I haven't seen that in 1,000 years either, but that's a pretty cool futuristic prison. I'm not really a fan of this. Doesn't count as one. They're gonna get out soon. But like stories and movies that are like based in and around prisons. I've never been a fan. My dad likes that kind of stuff. Like he likes realistic stuff, not futuristic sci-fi stuff. But whether it's realistic or futuristic, I've never found prison stuff particularly interesting. Some people get interested in the whole, society behind the walls, the hierarchy and stuff. All that just bums me out. It kind of depresses me when I think about it. Like, I'm sure a lot of people like the show Oz and praised it for being really realistic, but that's exactly why I wouldn't want to watch it. It's like, I don't want to know what goes on inside U.S. prisons. I don't want to know. I don't like to think about it. Yeah, so they stay. Yeah, they're working together. They were staging the fight to get a break here for a breakout. Do it. Come on, do it. What are you waiting for? I'm sorry. I am incapable of watching a movie with Arnold without doing terrible impressions of him. I don't know. He's just so fun. Because, I get it. I'm not an impressions guy. I don't have that talent. I don't try it with other people. But Arnold is just irresistible because he's so unique. So you're just going to have to put up with it. Or not. I don't know. Chico. Oh, Chico's not going to make it, I don't think. I'll just say he's not going to make him. So Chico, yeah, it's like a dog collar, but lethal. Once you run past the designated, there, exploding head. Movies with exploding heads are always fun. I don't know if we get any more exploding heads, but there's plenty of violence to follow, so don't worry on that score. Now they've deactivated things, and now you can get past. But Chico wouldn't wait. And Chico paid the price. Sorry, is that? RIP. R.I.P. Chico. Why did I do that? I fucked up the camera. Okay, camera. You know how to focus your way out of this. Oh, really? Come on, you can do this. You stupid piece of shit. Well, that's just perfect. This is going to look like it's Vaseline. Okay, there it goes. Because, yeah, this camera is very finicky. If I unhook it or whatever. Oh, hi, Ort. You want to come on? Watch some Arnold? I was going to tell people, but I'm just on so early. I don't know if anybody will be around. I can't stay up late tonight. I'm not feeling well. But hold on a second. You should come on. Give work that invite. The Running Man. Give Richard Dawson. I do remember that he really leans into this. He has fun with it. Why not? Because you think if the world was like this, Richard Dawson would. This is what he'd be doing. He just, okay, but game shows are different, but he's not. As different as game shows are, they still call for a certain type of person to be host. They understand that. Whether you're doing guessing letters in a game of Hangman or Family Feud or a game where people are hunted for sport to the death. You still need the same sort of personality. So I guess that's Yaphet Kotto. Didn't realize he was so big. He's a big guy. So they've met up with, I guess, I don't know, some sort of faction of the resistance. I don't know. And they're removing the collars for them. Sorry. My jaw. You know they're a serious resistance because a couple of them are wearing berets. You can't do a rebellion resistance without berets. That's just the way it is. Arnold, of course, won't wear a beret, but he's got a nice big cigar there. Probably not part of the character, just Arnold likes cigars, you know. This is the most beard I've seen on Arnold in most of his roles. He's usually a clean-shaven dude, but he's got a substantial beard going on right now. I don't know if he keeps it for the whole movie. I'm thinking he doesn't. I'm thinking by the time he's on the show, he doesn't have it. But right now, he's like a Grizzly Adams Arnold. I like it. Not going to lie. It's not a bad look for him at all. And this is the young Arnold. 80s Arnold. Oh, here we go. Okay. So we're going to add work for whenever he's ready. Oh, he's there. What's up? Some classic Arnold going on.
How's it going? I've never seen this movie, and I don't own it either.
Oh. I can't remember it because it's been too many years since I've seen it. Like, I remember the gist of it, but it's pretty
crazy. How far
into
it are you?
Just past 13 minutes. We're at, coming up on 13:20. Arnold's got a cool yellow hard hat. This is so if you didn't know, this is based on a Stephen King book of the same title, which sounds nuts because it doesn't seem anything like Stephen King because the movie's very different from the book. But the book is still pretty different from most of the Stephen King stuff he was writing in the 80s. You know, it's not a horror story at all. It is like a dystopian sci-fi type story, but it's very different. It's a dystopian sci-fi story in that it's like the game itself, but like the movie really ramps it up. Like the guys that are hunting Arnold are basically like pro wrestlers, except pro wrestlers that actually try to kill you. You've probably at least seen some of the images from it and stuff. Jesse Ventura's in this one too. He's not just in Predator, he's in this one.
Yeah, I'm a big Arnold fan for lifting and movies as well. But what haven't I seen? This is Oric's shame moment.
Okay.
I haven't seen Last Action Hero, Running Man, or either of the Conan movies. And I've seen everything else he's done.
Those are all worth watching, I would say. Like, he's done much worse movies than any of those. Like, he's done some movies that I think are bad and skippable. Those are all worth watching. Last Action Hero is really interesting because it's a failure, but there are good things about it. Like, you kind of get it works kind of better now than it did in 1993 when it came out. Those are all worth watching. Running Man, I'd say, is the best of that bunch. Some people might say the first Conan, but I don't know. This movie definitely delivers in like what you're hoping for of like 1987 Arnold. It's over the top and flashy and full of stupid dialogue and stuff.
Was this before or after Commando?
I'm watching this on Netflix. This is on Netflix, at least in Canada. So I don't know. It's been on my list for a while. When I went to check it tonight, I thought it's going to be gone because that happens all the time. But it's still there. So I'm coming up on 15 minutes, 40 seconds. If anybody is able to join it. I don't know what's happening here. They're adding more plot to them that's actually in the book. Like in the book, it's just like there's this show and you get hunted down, but if you survive for a certain amount of time, you get a lot of money or something. It's in this crazy police state. This is quite different already. Like Arnold, they make it like he used to be like work for the state and he was like some sort of cop or something and he refused to fire on civilians. So they sent him to prison. Now he's broken out of prison and he's working with some resistance. I don't even know what he's trying to do right now. But obviously they're going to catch him and put him on the show. But right now he's scared. So there's the great Richard Dawson in the role he was born to play. Because yeah, like in the book, it is a show, but it's not as flashy or overt or game show esque as they make it. I mean, I understand why they do it. It's fun. They make it really, like a big flashy game show, except somebody's hunted to the death by crazy people. Oh, those lights in the kitchen there. I guess that's to make you know that it's future. Such crazy light. She's some sort of. Oh, there's Jesse. Oh, Jesse Ventura. He's doing some sort of exercise video. Okay. Captain Freedom's workout. Oh, I love it.
You said it's on Netflix Canada?
Yeah, at least for Canada. Ooh, a fit 80s woman. I don't know who that is, but that's the other thing. There's no woman in the book. I haven't read the book in 1,000 years. It's one of the Richard Bachman books, as I pointed out. Not that it really makes a difference, but it's one of the ones that Stephen King wrote under that pseudonym. 87, it was still a secret. Like, I mean, I'm sure some people knew, but officially, Richard Bachman was a separate person. I can't remember exactly when he got outed, but I think 87, he was still a secret. Oh, she has like an accent of some sort. But yeah, I don't know if she gets thrown into the game with him. Again, this is just added stuff for the movie because it's like we have to have a hot woman. I would have said, how did they get Jesse Ventura to wear such a ridiculous thing? And I remembered, oh, wait, he's a wrestler. Of course he wears ridiculous things. Just another day on the job for Jesse.
Wow. Lame.
Not around?
Nope.
Yeah, we never have luck with that. All the technology, all this stuff, it's like it's basically everything you saw 6 years earlier in like what is it, Escape from New York. Like it's like that's the look as far as like futuresque police states go, with the TV screens and all the guns and the uniforms and stuff. It's the same. It's basically the same look. Ready to play the feud. Oh, so they're already watching his escape. Okay, so they're watching his escape from prison, thinking he'll be a great candidate for our murder show. Look at that mother move. Yeah, that's right, too. So the massacre, he refused to fire on the civilians, but the civilians still got killed. So when they put him on the show, they're going to like say that he did it. They're going to be like, he's on the show because he's evil and he murdered people. But he's not. He's a hero. Yeah, my VPN works for some things and not others. It's kind of inconsistent. Like I used it to get like British Netflix for a little while, but then it was like it stopped. I don't know. Just like back in the old days, like more than 10 years ago, when I used to switch the DNS settings on my PlayStation, I got American Netflix then. That was cool, but they caught on to that.
Yeah, they're getting... they're catching on to everything. It's fucking annoying.
I mean, literally just today. I don't even. It's funny that we're doing this because I don't really value Netflix that much anymore, and I don't really care about having it. Is that like, you know what a Netflix household is? They have to use the same internet connection. So for all these years, I had the same Netflix account that my parents used back in Sydney. Now you finally can't do that. So literally today, I helped them add another one on. I told them, I said, I'll give it up and you can take it. But they were like, no, because we want to watch it when we're up at your place. I'm like, you're not here that often. I don't care. But they were willing to pay. So whatever. So I kept the main account and they added the extra account for an extra $7.99 a month. Because I was like, literally, like, I Netflix is not high on my priority of things to keep. Like, I like Crave and I like Disney Plus. You know, I'd pay for those if I had to. But Netflix, I would let go. But they said they were willing to pay, so I said fine. So that's why I actually. Oh, a great feat of strength by Arnold. So okay, yeah, they're going to the airport. I guess they must get caught at the airport because obviously they don't get away. So yeah, that's a huge difference from the book. Is that he's got a woman with him. There's no woman in the book. And I'm almost positive the guy in the book volunteered, like, because he was trying to win the prize, because it's such a crazy bad society. He's just like, yeah, I'll risk people hunting me, because if you survive a certain amount of time, you're supposed to win a prize. This is completely different. Here, they catch him and they're going to put him on it. And now this woman seems to work for the network or something. I don't know. I just can't. You're so inconspicuous, Arnold. How could any airport security ever catch you? You blend right in.
Yeah, it'd be tough to find.
He's a master of disguise. They're getting pretty far, though.
He's like Dana Carvey.
Oh man, poor Dana Carvey. He's so funny, and all his movies are terrible. You can be funny, but not have a good movie career. That would be Dana Carvey. I mean, yeah,
Wayne's World, man.
Wayne Worlds are good, but I mean that's with Mike Myers. Mike Myers, who's actually been successful in movies. How come Mike Myers doesn't do movies anymore? He hasn't been in a movie in like a decade.
I don't know.
I'm just a little surprised. I mean, maybe he just decided to walk. I'm surprised because like his movies did well, like big movies. I mean, the biggest ones were the Shrek movies. And I mean, nobody stays on top forever. I mean, nobody's like, we need a fourth Austin Powers movie. Now's the time. But still, I feel like he would still be a box office draw. I don't know. He himself did some terrible movies like The Love Guru, which is fucking awful.
He did So I Married an Axe Murderer. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, back in the 90s, yeah. Yeah, that one doesn't get talked about much, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Isn't there I get that I know what that movie is, and I've seen it. There's a Stallone one around the same time. It's about something kind of similar, but I can't think. Or at least I thought it was, but maybe I don't know. There's some Stallone movie from around the same time that bombed. It was supposed to be like a comedy, and it completely bombed. And sometimes I mix it up with So I Married an Axe Murderer, even though they're completely different things. But now they've caught him. Richard Dawson talked to him, saying, we'll put you on this show, and if you get away, we'll let you go, or something. It's probably saying. But they're gonna make the woman do it too, at some point. It's funny too how they like throw them into it. It's not just like they put him in like some sort of like weird kind of like roller coaster thing. I can't remember. Fuck you. Good one, Arnold. I'm watching. We are coming up on 25 minutes 40 seconds. Oh, they've got Yaphet Kotto too. Oh no. Maybe maybe he makes him a contestant. Like I said, I know Arnold. Also, they give them like futuristic jumpsuits to be in too, because it's the future. It's 2017. Actually, it's not necessarily 2017. All the opening crawl says is that in 2017, the world economy like fell apart or something. So it could be quite a bit after that. Could be 2024. But yeah, it's too bad you can't watch because you would enjoy this one. As I said, like it's at least right in the middle as far as Arnold movies go. I wouldn't call it bad at all. I mean, it's cheesy and stupid, but that's what makes a lot of Arnold movies great. And that's where this one fits. You know, it came out the same year as Predator. I think Predator is just an amazing movie. This is nowhere in the league of Predator, but it's entertaining. Yeah, there's a lot of shots going back to like the control room, people sitting at consoles. They're putting tracking stuff in Arnold. That seems against the rules. The whole point of the Running Man is you're supposed to try to get away. He can't get away if they have literally injecting him with tracking stuff. So I don't even understand really how the premise is supposed to work in this. In the book, it's just literally, we let you go, and then people hunt you for a certain amount of time, and if you survive, you get a certain amount of money or something like that. It has a pretty grim ending, too. Like, it's funny, like, in 1987, I don't know what they thought of it, but they wouldn't shoot it in a post-9/11 world, because it actually ends, spoilers, with the main character, I think, realizing, like, most of the book, you know, he's just getting away, right? Like, people are coming after him, but he manages to get away, but he basically realizes at some point, like, the game is rigged and he'll never actually get away. Somehow gets into a plane and he crashes the plane into, like, the broadcast station, killing himself. And like they wouldn't do that now. But even in 1987, it's like, no, we want to see the good guy win. Well, this is weird. They didn't catch her. At the moment she's free. Okay, I guess I understand why. Like, he took her to the airport against her will. She was like his hostage. But somehow she's going to get thrown into the game. I don't remember how. She's watching on TV, but she's going to get thrown into this somehow. Oh, God. And there goes the damn camera again. Come on, camera. Focus. I'm not feeling well at all. I just really had to make myself do this because I just wanted to see how everything would work. I got a new modem recently after some internet problems. And I'm hoping this is at least a little bit better.
Did they install it or did you hook it up?
I installed the first one. The second one they did. So I didn't do anything wrong. It's just they found out, like, basically those models, there was some sort of problem with them. It was a really weird, bizarre problem, too, because what it was it was affecting the cable box and the TV, but not necessarily the internet. It was really weird. Like, my channels would, like, freeze and then eventually black out. And then if I tried to, like, do a system reboot of the cable box, it would just get to a certain screen and just stay frozen on it. And it was kind of troubling because, like, you know how on a lot of the modems, they have, like, the message on and, you know, say, like, connected or whatever, it have the lights. Like, mine was just in a constant state saying it was connecting, even though all my other devices work, like my laptop, my PlayStation, my phone, they were all connected fine, but I didn't feel good about it. I was like, any second now I could fucking lose it, I guess. But anyway, so I've upgraded, and luckily at no extra cost to me, because why should I if it doesn't work, but to the GigaHub, which is supposed to be the best one available, so I don't know.
Ooh, rocking the gig.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's really that much better. I feel like I'm cursed just by living in this fucking building. It's not a good signal here, period.
Well, since I can't watch along with you, I'm gonna get going, but I'll be in the chat.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you showed up at least. I didn't expect anybody showed up because I didn't tell anybody about it, and this is also a bit earlier than usual. I know I can't stay up late tonight. I'm just not feeling well enough to do it. So, but
well, thanks for inviting me on. I appreciate it, and yeah, see you in the chat.
All right, see you later.
Later, man.
Zork, at least he's hanging around. I don't think anybody else has come to watch, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, channel's been dormant for a while. I was talking today with somebody about, like, doing something actually good on the channel, like not live streaming, but like creating some videos of real quality. I'd like to. I'm just so inept at shit like that. Like stuff like video essays and stuff that you see on YouTube. I think there's a lot of good ones, but I think I could contribute something and do some good ones myself. I have some opinions and things I'd like to talk about. Song of Ice and Fire is one of them lately. As I've been rereading some of the books and rewatching some of Game of Thrones. It'll always the same. I'll get somewhere into like season 4 of Game of Thrones and I'll be like, I can't do it anymore. So I like literally never watched like seasons 6, 7, or 8. And not even because other people didn't like them, but because by the time we got into season 4, I was already really upset with the direction. But I mean, I'd like to do a video. Like, it's not just me complaining, but like actually talking about the story and things like that. So I don't know. And you probably need some better software at work. I have a nice camera, I have a nice mic, but I need other stuff. What's really weird is like going back to when I did unboxing videos, I had all these audio issues, which I don't get. I don't get them streaming live. Like, the mic is good, everything's good. But when I record a video, it must be some sort of software issue. If you go back and watch some of those unboxings that I did, you'll find out, there's some really rough audio, like with bad sounds coming through, and it was really annoying me, and I couldn't figure out how to fix it. So that would have to be addressed if I was going to do anything like that. A sec. Give me a moment. Okay, there we go. So she's acting weird, but I don't remember what she's trying to do. I like how this is supposed to be like a future thing. Like in the 80s, they must have just thought like girls in like kind of like aerobics outfits dancing was just the be all end all, because it's in fucking everything. I mean, to this day and through the 90s and up to today, yeah, you have scantily clad female dancers, but this always has like the aerobics vibe. It's like a Jane Fonda workout tape from 1984, just forever and ever. Like they said, this is the future. That's what it's always going to be. Running Man. Yeah. Yeah. All this studio audience, game show host, dancing girls, this is all from the movie. The book is a lot more low-key. It's funny because, I mean, the book being from the 80s, it describes a show that's kind of more like a reality show than a game show, before reality shows really existed. I don't even know how much of it really gets televised, because I mean the whole point is like he's on the run. A lot of it in the book is on the run. Is like it's not like he's always on camera and they always know where he is. Like he spends a lot of time hiding and just trying to hide so that he can't be found. And this, it seems like hiding is not an option. They put tracking stuff on him and he's always going to be on camera. So basically it's just surviving a bunch of attacks by these pumped up lunatics that the movie is most known for. Just hold on a second. When I click around, where's it gets? Bless you, bless you. Anyways, curious where we at now. So we're just past the 35-minute mark, and the show is about to start. Yeah, so they're gonna I remember this. The video they're gonna edit together to make it look like he's like he's real evil. The brutal slayer of 60 women and children in the massacre. Yeah. Oh, the power of editing. Yeah, they're saying abort attack. The hell with you. Oh, see what they've done. So they made it said that they weren't going to do it, and he attacked his own crew to cause the massacre. Very well done. What a monster! That's the power of the media, baby. Yeah. Sorry. I'm not feeling much better, but I'm going to get through this, I swear. The Butcher of Bakersfield. Yeah. See, they do something kind of similar in the book, I think, but it's not like they don't like make up a story. But I do remember they like show unflattering photos of him or something, or his wife. It's hard to remember. I don't own the book anymore. I had a copy that, I don't know, over the years got lost somewhere. I never replaced it because it's not exactly an essential Stephen King book, The Running Man. But said you have to be impressed by the guy's talent, that he was like so drunk or coked up or both or whatever that like he doesn't even remember doing it. There you go. Arnold in yellow spandex. Oh, I can't even. Yeah, this is rough. Everything tastes bad. Having just a day with my stomach and everything I eat and drink tastes the same. It's, I don't know. It's not good. Not even that tired like I've been lately, but I just feel like if I go to bed clean slate, maybe I'll feel better tomorrow. But I wanted to do something tonight. Who is this? Oh, right. They're showing they paid their set to society in full, and now, yeah. I don't think that's true either. I think they were just killed. You don't have to be a menace to society to be a winner. So, okay, so people still can volunteer, I guess? I don't know. It's weird. So, she is obviously sympathetic to him for some reason, even though all he did was bust into her apartment and take her hostage and try to make her flee with him. But because, yeah, I know she's going to wind up getting caught trying to help him in some way because she's sneaking around the studio or the whatever it is. Well, they've been watching her all along. Ben's buddies. Have they been drugged or something? I can't remember. They got the two other guys that he escaped prison with. Big quake of 97. Yeah, 97 was an eventful year in science fiction. It's the biggest in Terminator, of course, because Judgment Day was in 97. Remember, sure, 97 was also something in like the Escape from New York or Escape from LA universe. They might mention 97 in the, what is it? One other one I like to do, but actually with people, would be the Demolition Man one. You got Running Man. How about Demolition Man? Which is a movie kind of silly, but in some ways ahead of its time. People are like, it did kind of predict the future in some things. Kind of. I just like the idea that like there's a future where like all restaurants are out of business and every restaurant is Taco Bell. It's like, won't you dine with us tonight at Taco Bell? Yeah, so, yeah, this is really different in the 80s. They got like weird rocket sleds that they're strapped to in their spandex to get shot into the area where they'll be hunted. It's, I said, I don't remember how exactly it works in the original book. For all I know, they just push him out a door, but it's much more low key. That looks fun, at least. That looks like it would be fun. It wouldn't be fun to be hunted for sport by lunatics after this, but I think it would be pretty fun to go. It's kind of like just a slide. It looks like a good time. I'm always afraid to touch the laptop and fuck up the camera. I'm gonna run out of liquid. I don't know. This is iced tea. I drank chocolate milk. I drank pop. I drank water today, and everything just tasted terrible. Everything tastes awful. Everything feels like it's just sitting in my stomach. It's very uncomfortable. Wow, those are some earrings. Okay, so she's gonna find the real footage of the night of the massacre and see that he didn't do it, I guess. But I know she's gonna get caught. Oh, she's getting caught right now? Yeah. You wanna come up, Camille? Come on. Ugh. I don't. Well, what is this? Woman's being picked out of the audience. What does that mean? I don't remember. Because yeah, I know. While they have lots of stuff going on in the studio while he's out being hunted, because there's lulls. They have to. Right, the stalkers are like the special hunters. Yeah, and they're all like crazy, amped up versions of like professional wrestlers, except lethal. One of these guys has like chainsaws or something. One of them has like a flamethrower. Let's see. Well, here's the common people doing their betting. How does the bets work? Do you just bet that he gets killed, or big and cuddly? Who could that be? Sub-Zero. Before the Mortal Kombat character existed, there was this one. I think we can all agree he's better. Does he have a hockey stick? It's a big Asian guy with like a goalie stick. I don't remember that. Sub-Zero has a goalie stick. Oh, I mean, ice hockey, I guess. Ice? I suppose that's the connection. Oh, it's like a sharp hockey stick that you can cut stuff with. Great. That's pretty funny. They just cut to some people with a mask that looks just like Sub-Zero's mask in Mortal Kombat. Wow. I'm thinking maybe that was a moment of association in the minds of Tobias and the other guy, Ed Boon. They heard the name Sub-Zero, Ice Guy, then they saw somebody with that mask. That's pretty funny. This also predates. Actually, I keep saying it's like wrestling, and it is. But I mean, what this really is like, and maybe does it predate? It's 87. Is this the same year that like American Gladiators started? Because this is kind of like, what if American Gladiators hunted down people and killed them? That's kind of what this is. I used to watch American Gladiators like most 90s kids. So that was pretty cool. And there were some pretty attractive women on there. I've got almost all the issues of Disney Adventures, and there's a really good Disney Adventures that focuses on some of them. There was a pretty good documentary about that I saw only a few months ago about making it and everything. It was pretty cool. Really showed what a tough job it was. And like how famous these people became, but they weren't really making money off it. Okay, so those three are together for now, but we know that won't last long. The other two are definitely going to die. Maybe not right away, but... So this is interesting. They seem confused. So he wasn't in prison that long. We didn't, and they were free. I don't know. One of them, yeah. How long were they in prison? Because they're acting like they don't know what this is. Okay, yeah. So Sub-Zero is literally a big Asian hockey player. That's kind of funny. Because they are on ice, and he literally just skated up and cross-checked them. That's the best way to hunt your prey. Oh, he's in full goalie gear. Or somebody is. Which I don't know. The big pads, the big goalie pads would really slow you down. I don't think that's really good if you're going to be like hitting people on the ice. You probably don't want to wear the goalie pads. It slows you down. You're literally pushing him down the ice like he's a puck. That is funny. They even have a net to shoot him into. Banzai, says the Asian gladiator homicidal goalie. Too bad this didn't exist. Like in 1987, this would have been a good thing for like Ron Hextall to do. Look Ron Hextall up if you don't know him. He was a great goaltender, and he was also completely out of his mind. Because you're thinking, wow, this like you couldn't really have a goalie for this. Like violent sociopaths. Oh, hold on, there's Ron. He'd be mad if he caught me saying this too. He wouldn't like that one bit. But nobody's watching. Literally nobody. So no worries on that score. This is not going to get back to Roddy Hextall. All to the good. I heard from Jay, but he must be busy with something. Nobody's going to rescue me. They are fighting back. Oh, I keep swallowing. Yeah. Just a blech day. Wow, he got it. Even with the pads, he got go. Oh. Come on, Sub-Zero. Ron Hextall would last longer. Now I'm thinking of him. So they killed the first hunter. The crowd does not like it. That's unfortunate. We're at 48 minutes coming up on 30 seconds. So we are roughly halfway through. This seems to suggest no one has ever successfully killed a hunter before, because there's just dead silence and nobody has any idea what to do. Now they've got his badass goalie stick. Horrible. I always say horrible. What American accent is that says horrible? He's like, ladies and gentlemen, this is horrible. Where are you from to say horrible instead of horrible? Because like I know various American accents, like a Boston accent, a Texas accent, and stuff, but there are some that elude me. Like some Americans, it doesn't seem to matter where they're from, say like roof instead of roof. It's like up on the roof. Like I don't know if that's regional or if that's just a choice. Maybe it's a choice, the way like Canadians choose to say sorry. Like I can say sorry, it just doesn't sound right to me, so I say sorry. So is that the same thing with Americans to say roof? It's up on the roof. Up on the rooftop, reindeer paws. The one with the boat. Yeah, that's Gilligan's Island. It's good to know that in this crazy future, people still remember Gilligan's Island. I've never seen Gilligan's Island, but it's one of those things that's so popular and so part of pop culture that you know what it is anyway. This guy's so lame, he can't decide. Well, it's going to be both of them, right? Buzzsaw and Dynamo together. Double team, baby. Ooh, these guys get nice introductions. Stalker. Okay, so Buzzsaw's the chainsaw guy. Makes sense. I like it. I like it. There was like a low-level Marvel character. Like, I think he was just not even recurring, more of a one-off guy called Chainsaw. He was like a gang leader, had a mask and attacked people with a chainsaw. Moon Knight fought him in the 90s. I don't know if anybody else did. But I was reading some of those Moon Knight comics from the Mark Spector Moon Knight title in the 90s recently, so I was like, Chainsaw. Oh, yes, I forgot. Dynamo sings opera. And he's dressed up like a big fat light bright. Sure. And shoots electricity. He's the one I remember the best. My main memories of this movie is this crazy guy with his Roman Legion helmet, his opera, and his lightning. I mean, he'd be my favorite too. And you think, oh, you might like Sub-Zero because he's a goalie in hockey, but no, Dynamo. He's the total package. An opera singing lunatic. Oh, they must have the girl now, right? The mystery, yeah. Okay, yeah. Now, she looks good. The others look ridiculous, but she, of course, looks very good in the spandex. Working for her. Now they're going to make up some lies about her. We don't lie. Yes, they do. I wanted to see the lies. Now these assholes. Well, Arnold and these assholes. I just noticed that theirs is red, Arnold's is yellow. Hers is yellow too, to match Arnold. Cheated on college exams. Had a sexual relationship with 2, sometimes 3 different men in a year. You evil slut. Wow, Ben Richards has now gotten the name Mad Dog. This is great. They do good work for these hatchet jobs. I think she lives. You know, most of these 80s movies, they're full of violence and stuff, but they still don't really go places you would expect them to go. Arnold's going to live. I'm pretty sure she lives. Those 2 guys, they're fodder. They're not going to make it, but they're not going to last much longer. But the girl's going to make it, I'm pretty sure. Don't know the actress. Well, just like in Commando, like, who was that actress? I don't know. There was a woman he teamed up with in that, too. No idea who that was. Being in a movie with Arnold didn't always mean you were a huge star. Don't split up. Okay. If she got to go in the weird... Okay, they skipped it. They didn't show her in the weird roller coaster thing. So these guys aren't hunters. They just sort of... They're almost like... What are those people like in the old-fashioned hunts for the rich people that go and like beat the bushes? So like the pheasants will come out so the rich guy can shoot them. Those guys are kind of like the equivalent of that. They just like drive motorcycles and wave bats at her. They're not trying to kill her. They're just trying to flush her out so the stalkers can get her. It's a pretty cool idea. Uplink your ass. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure he wrote that dialogue himself. Yaffet and Glasses are still alive. I don't think for much longer. Let's see what the next thing is. Oh, she caught up to them awfully fast. Oop. Aye. We'll straighten that out. What do you mean you'll straighten that out exactly? We'll consummate our fake relationship. then it will be real and it won't be a lie anymore. Yeah, so here comes some more of these motorcycle guys, but I don't think they're really there to actually catch them or kill them. They're just kind of flushing them out. Oh, nice big weird future car, blocky bullshit. Ah, here we go. Buzzsaw has arrived. I wish this did take place like on the city streets, which is one thing that did happen in the book. In this, they're in just some sort of weird, vaguely defined area that just looks like a bunch of ruins or something. I don't know exactly what it is. It's not well lit, so you don't really know what it's supposed to be. What is it, like a ruined industrial zone? Just about, like, there's not even buildings exactly. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at. That's not a good thing in a movie. I like the movie, but that doesn't mean it's a good movie. And here's definitely a problem. Okay, I see like building in the background there. There's something. What is this, like a ruined industrial park? I don't know. The uplink to the network satellite. Okay, well, they have to have some sort of rules. Yelling in Spanish. Sexy. Vámonos. Yeah. That's my Spanish contribution for the evening. That's always a big part of any language that you learn from movies. It's like telling people to hurry up. Vámonos, or schnell, schnell, say the Nazis. German people too, but I mean, you hear the Nazis saying in movies. French, allez vite. Vite, vite. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, Yaphet. Yaphet's not gonna make it. He just got cut, but good. That guy's really got the expression down. The masses love it. How are they getting these camera angles? It's a mystery. Like, you don't see camera people following them. And these aren't just stationary cameras. Oh, what's it? You got like a morning star now? Wow. Kind of like a morning. I don't even know. It's longer. I was going to give Arnold the old grab and drag. And there's like spotlights on them and everything. The crowd loves it. Why is Leon getting presents? The guy he picked hasn't killed anybody yet. I don't know. The format of this show is confusing. It's not well defined. Oh! Buzzsaw hits the dirt. Oh, there's two of those guys. The bad guys. I thought it was just one guy. Two guys in hats with mustaches. So they're all still alive, right? No one's been killed yet. I mean, I guess they need him. He's the glasses guy, so he knows all about the text. A hexagonal decode system. What? I don't know. It's very high tech. 80s high tech. There doesn't seem any much advertising. Like, you don't see like a Coke sign or anything, even though this is a show. It's weird. You know, a lot of movies, they get criticized, and rightly so, for like product placement. So like it feels like this was a great opportunity to do product placement, and would be kind of part of the plot, so you wouldn't get as criticized for it. And yet there really isn't. Seems like a missed opportunity there. Was this movie even successful? I don't know. Let's find out. Not really. It wasn't a flop, but it did not make. It made 38 million off like a 32 million budget, so very modest. So not a flop, but not good. I don't know if you would say it's cult status now either. I mean, Arnold's usually pretty good with the sci-fi stuff. It's one of the things that sets him apart from some of the other action stars. Is he's known for some classic sci-fi, most notably Terminator, but also, Predator and what else? Other things that are completely blanking on at the moment. So it's not like this was too risky for him. Oh, I can't remember what anything's called. I remember the original story's name, but no, Total Recall. Yeah, this is not on the same level as Total Recall, which I'd say, while having its cheesy, silly Arnold moments, is still a legitimately good movie. Oh, he's taking out another one. This is crazy. Buzzsaw is gone. I don't get it. They said they were sending him and Dynamo. Why not send them? They called them a tag team, so why didn't they send them at the same time? They already knew these guys were dangerous. That they already killed one of them. They learned nothing. They learned nothing. Here comes Light Bright. We're past the hour mark now. We're just past an hour and 3 minutes. Oh, that's how he goes? Oh, there's the fake blue electricity that's in all these movies. Glasses has been fried. She got a little bit too, but obviously she's not dead. Yeah, she's still moving. Light Bright of Death coming at you. Wait, what happened to Yaphet Kotto? I know he got cut, but I thought he was still alive, but I haven't seen him since then, so maybe he did die and I didn't notice. Lighthead, good one. Christmas tree. Oh, good. Yellow electricity. What does that mean? Like stun only? Oh, he's got his own little mini future car that his head pops out of. That's pretty funny. He looks like a bizarre Mario Kart candidate racer, and singing opera the whole way. I mean, this is what you remember of the movie: a lunatic dressed up like a Light Bright, driving around in a futuristic go-kart, singing opera, chasing Arnold, who's wearing yellow spandex. That's a movie. Maybe try turning. I don't know. I don't think you can outrun a car in a straight line. But... yeah, there you go. How are these hunters successful? They're terrible at what they do. I can't believe my little go-kart car couldn't drive up that wall of scrap metal. Oh, the shoe's on the other foot now, Dynamo. Fucking hell. Come on, camera. Stop doing this shit to me. There you go. Had enough. Oh, we want a refund. They're supposed to be dead by now. He's letting Dynamo live, it looks like. He had to split. Are there more stalkers? Because those are the only ones I remember. Ah, Fireball. I do not remember Fireball. Fireball Jim Brown? Maybe? Jim Brown's somebody, right? Okay, Yafakoto's alive. Yeah, Buzzsaw got you, but good. Look out, you're bleeding. And Weiss is already dead. Zapped by... Satellite uplink code seems kind of simple. It's like 8 digits or something, but I don't know. Maybe that's normal. Poor Yafakoto. I haven't seen a movie that you survive. Of course, all I can think of is this and Aliens. Or Alien. So there's probably movies you're in that you don't die in, but I don't know them. Or I don't remember them. I remember he died in real life kind of recently. Maybe last year. Good night, sweet prince. Right back. Like shit. I've got some Buscopan. I don't know if that would help. It's sort of like abdominal pain thing. I don't know if that would help or not. Can wait till later. Don't want to look for it right now. It's almost more unpleasant, you know. Like it's just that. Like I said, everything I eat or drink tastes really bad. My stomach feels really tight, a lot of pressure. It's very uncomfortable. That's a cool camera. Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't know that's the movie where that line is from. I hope you left enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach. I always remembered the line, but I didn't know it was from here. That's Arnold threatening Richard Dawson. I love it. The Attorney General's on the line. That's normal, I'm sure. The Hate Boat. They got a show called The Hate Boat. I'd watch that. I hope it's just a bunch of people getting into fights on boats. I don't remember Fireball. He's like obviously the end boss, and I don't remember him. I did say earlier on there's a guy with a flamethrower, so I guess I did kind of remember him. So here we go. Flamethrower man. Yeah. Who wouldn't want to be in a studio audience while a crazed guy with a flamethrower blasts his flamethrower in your direction? Yeah, so I think that's Jim Brown. We're going to say it is. He's my hero, says some random guy in a suit. Hey, there's Jesse Ventura. In a turtleneck. God, that's bizarre. I don't know. Fireball doesn't really look that imposing. Jim Brown seems to be past his... Well, he's got a jetpack. Never mind. I take it back. Jetpack and flamethrower. What could possibly go wrong? I seem to recall a situation in Metal Gear Solid 3 where you fought the Fury and it was the same thing. Lunatic with a flamethrower and a jetpack. It didn't end well for him. Yeah, Dynamo's still technically alive. Fireball. Oh, Ben Richards. She's right. Oh, this is where the audience is going to suddenly. But Richards is. I can pick anyone I choose, young man. 1987. That it was funny still back then to see an old woman curse like that. I like how it took her saying that, for the crowd to suddenly realize that maybe we should bet on Richards, considering he's killed everybody that we've thrown at him so far. It's like the old woman who's not Betty White but might as well be is right. Okay, Betty White wasn't quite that old in 1987. I mean, Betty White, that's what it is to live to be that old, right? Like, the first thing I knew her for was Golden Girls, which is a show about being old. Now, I know in some of them they're playing kind of older than they were. Like, the one that played B. Arthur's mom wasn't actually that much older than the others. But that was a show I really liked as a kid. Golden Girls. Although, remember that theme song, Thank You for Being a Friend? You know, at the end where it says, like, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, Thank you for being a friend. I didn't know it said card attached. I thought they were saying heart attacks. I know that makes no sense, but I really thought the line was, and the heart attacks would say, Thank you for being a friend. I know it doesn't make sense. It's bizarre kid logic, but that's what happens when you mishear lyrics. You're just so used to them, you don't even stop to think that it makes absolutely no fucking sense. So, yeah, I used to think it was. And the heart attacks would say, Thank you for being a friend. Good song. Great songs in the 80s and 90s, and then they disappeared. It's too bad. Fireball's on the chase. Just Arnold and the girl now. Okay, he's Ben Richards. I can learn some names. Her name is not important. Amber. There you go. Ben and Amber. Oh, he's throwing barrels at him, Donkey Kong style. Man, that's a missed opportunity. Look at Arnold throwing those barrels. He could have been live action Donkey Kong. It's not too late. Doesn't matter how old Arnold is. You could put him in a monkey suit. Why was Donkey Kong even in the Mario movie? I mean, I get it. They do have a shared history, but I don't know. It didn't seem right to me. There was nothing good about that movie. Like, the whole point of the movie was just to, like, evoke nostalgia in people like my age and be like, yeah, that's from the games. That's from the games. That's from the games. As far as, like, actually being something entertaining to watch, I don't know. And all these dumb celebrity voices. We don't have time to get into it, but you know my usual stance on these things. I get annoyed when you have characters that for so long in their classic iterations portrayed by voice actors, but then when it's time for a big budget Hollywood movie, we throw those people away like garbage and replace them all with big, live action stars. I don't like that. I'm not saying that like a big live action star can't do the odd voice over, voice acting job. They can, but I mean, not all the time. And now we live in a world where Chris Pratt is just everybody. Chris Pratt voices Mario. Chris Pratt voices Garfield. I'm sure Chris Pratt will go on to voice many other classic animated or drawn characters. What the hell have they found? Somebody's skeleton. Is that like a previous runner? I'm losing the plot here. It's getting too complicated. Whitman. Who's Whitman? I don't know. It's like a whole locker room full of corpses. Like, not fresh corpses. Like, practically skeletons. That guy's still got hair, though. Price, Whitman. I don't know who these people are supposed to be. Haddad. Uh-oh. Fireball caught you, bitch. Fireball's costume leaves a little bit to be desired when you compare it to the costumes of the others, but I get it. They're trying to be more functional. Oh, they're last season's winners, right? And he says last season's losers because that's the whole thing, right? It's a lie. Nobody wins, and we just leave them down here. We don't even care. Again, that's some really good Arnold sounds right there. Okay, that's a good line. Well, that old lady's made her money because the next kill went to Ben Richards. Okay, what a hot. They didn't think that was a little much. Even in 1987, I feel like someone should have said that's a little bit much. You already got a line. What a hothead is pushing it too far. That's like a Roger Moore Bond line that even they were like, okay, that's too much, Roger. We're actually going to cut that one out. Oh, things have become quite somber in the studio. Why do they have Jesse Ventura? What, they were going to try to make Jesse Ventura, who is a... I was a Navy SEAL. That's the real Jesse Ventura talking. I was a Navy SEAL stuff. Cloud of the Gladiators. Now you can say bull. That was good bullshit. That's Jesse. You have my respect. I'm confused. So he's refusing to go out as one of their gimmicky soccer. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So those are some earrings. Right. They're all trying to find a broadcast center to send out a message from a satellite or something. There's no stalkers left, so what's going to happen now? Okay. This is some nice dancing. Nice flexible dancers. So this is like a tribute to the fallen, I guess. I get it. This has never happened before. They've got to improvise. According to this, I still have a shit connection, so that's good to know. New modem didn't help from a streaming perspective. That's unfortunate. I don't remember this. Who's this bearded weirdo? Who are these people? Oh, they're more resistance people, I guess. The peoples that were on them. At least this guy seems like a resistance leader. Speaking of like resistances in future dystopia movies with action stars, I was talking about fucking Demolition Man with Stallone. Like one of the resistance leaders in that is friggin' Dennis Leary, and at one point he just goes off and does his stand up for like a minute. It's really weird. He's like, I want fucking cheeseburgers or something. It's like, yeah, this fits into the plot perfectly, Dennis. It's seamless. I didn't like it. They do have Jesse Ventura. And he's come out without gimmicks because he wants to do this man-to-man. Oh, I'm going to have a steel cage match. I like that. Did he really kill her? Oh, fuck, he really killed her. Or wait. They're watching. I'm so confused. They're watching video of him killing them. What? I blab through stuff and I miss it. Because it's not really happening. It shows them having like a steel barbed wire cage match, which is not really happening. He broke her neck and threw her lifeless body onto the barbed wire, and now he's beating up Arnold. But it's not really happening. How on earth can they create this? They wouldn't have to do their shitty editing techniques to frame him if they could just literally create something that shows him doing stuff. This is confusing. I don't remember this at all. I like how the camera pulls back there because Jesse cannot kick that high. Gonna get impaled. All right, so he impales him, and a nice death for Arnold. So how on earth do they do that? I get it. It's the future. Crazy technology. It's a deep fake, I guess we would say nowadays. They did a great deep fake there. I mean, damn that Killian. What, isn't it good? Let them think you're dead. Yeah, that's what she says. The police, the army, something, something, something. It didn't even come up in the pixel memory storage. Very early example of deep fakes. I love it. You don't need guns to jam a satellite. That's true, but you might need guns to survive the crazy situation you're in. Seems kind of strange for an Arnold character to be kind of like anti-gun at a moment like this, especially. The real life Arnold's the guy that's like, I want to have a permit to drive around with my Humvee with the machine guns on it, and I want them to be loaded. Not to use them, but I think they should still be loaded because it's cool. Okay, I'll stop. Well, that's interesting there. He's scolding them. He's like, we don't need guns for this. Richard Dawson's a good actor. We're at an hour and 23 minutes and 30 seconds. We are coming up to the climax. I will try not to climax on air. That's not what you're here for. It's pretty hard, though. It's an Arnold movie with spandex. Although they got them real clothes now. It's too bad. She looked great in spandex. Oh, somebody found him a nice cigar, just shoving his mouth. He's like, finally, I'm back in my... She looks awfully comfortable as like a revolutionary with a gun for somebody who was like some sort of TV executive or whatever the fuck she did. They've really bonded. This is some great writing. Oh, back to some 80s aerobics dancing. Arnold's kick is not much better than Jesse's fake one. Arnold did a lot of leg work, which meant he can't really lift his legs very high. His legs are very muscular. That means they're not for being lifted high. They're just for show. Okay, I read that wrong. You said transponder. I was like, a transgender grid? What? Transponder grid. That guy doesn't know who Mr. Spock is, but the other guy did understand the reference to Gilligan's Island. The society has lost so much. What has the studio audience been doing while he's been off blathering with people? What do they give them to do? It's just all aerobics 80s dancers. That's just the main... That's like the default thing. Like, you have your programming, your specific shows, and your specific entertainment, but for the times in between of the commercials, any given moment is just a bunch of 80s aerobics dancers. That's just the standby, the default entertainment of the era. Send your check to the Patriots Fund. Holy shit, that sounds like something real right now. Just send your checks to the Patriots Fund. I'm sure it'll work out well for you. Tax deductible. Uh-oh, we're getting to this has been done in many movies, but let's do it in this movie. Let's have the guy that uses video have it used against him. And now let's show their corpses. Oh, this is, yep. Oh, they do some fast editing work. It's not so fun to have it done to you. This is a few years earlier, but this is a lot like that part in Batman Returns, where Batman uses the footage to have like the Penguin giving a mayoral speech, and suddenly the speech he gave to Batman is being said to the crowd. He's like, "You got to admit, I played this city like a hop from hell. Fucking idiots!" It's kind of the same thing going on here. Now they're showing the real tape. I won't file as helpless people. The network satellite is revolutionaries in the video room console. Now it's kind of like Scrooged. Wow. So the actual footage of that is the same way the movie was shot. Somebody got a camera for like a point of view shot of Arnold getting the butt of the rifle to the head to knock him out. I love stuff like that. It's not thought out at all. It's like that wouldn't be the footage. That's like the way we see the movie. Not that it's a big deal, but speaking of Batman again, like the award-winning episode and the episode everybody talks about is like, Heart of Ice with that great reintroduction of Mr. Freeze. But as they even comment in like the commentary on like the old DVDs that I have, and when they're watching, it's just like a lot of it's like Batman watching old security footage of what happened to Victor Freeze, the accident that caused him to change. And the way it's like edited together and stuff just does not really make any sense for like security footage. It's like we've got at least 4 or 5 different cameras, and then some person like edited this together to make it more cinematic, even though it's just security footage. Oh, there's Dynamo. I think Dynamo just got kicked in the junk. So this is sort of like in the book, except in the book he just crashes a plane into the place. This is an all-out revolutionary assault. I'll show you Dickless. Wow, he's got like big tidy whiteys on. This is crazy. He doesn't have pants? Did he lose his pants? I never saw him standing up before. Did he always just not have pants? This is disturbing. There, Dynamo's. Just like Fireball died by fire, Dynamo was died by electricity. Oh, the irony. It's just perfect. Oh, okay, they're just gunning people down. It's always funny. It's kind of like those, like the Purge movies too. It's just like when the shoe's on the other foot. The people that have been like on the side of horrific violence for entertainment, suddenly when it's used against them, they're just like so shocked. They're like, I can't believe this is awful. This is horrible. I can't believe it. Even though it's been like, the other way around for them the whole time. They're just like, this is really fun and enjoyable. But now that it's against me, I realize it's wrong. But I mean, that's not a criticism of movies like that. Even a ridiculous movie like this, I think that's really kind of how it is in real life. So many people that rely on violence or cheer for violence think it's great. And then if it's like used against them, they're just like absolutely shocked. Oh, it's time to play the feud, Richard. What we got here? Some big security guard guy, whatever. Wait a minute, what happened to Jesse Ventura's character? They just showed a fake fight with him killing them. Where's the real one? What is going on? I got to score some steroids? That was anticlimactic. Wait a minute, why is he suddenly competent? "50 years." That seems to suggest that this is about 2017 or so. Americans love television. That's always, they always show like a future where like stuff like this has gotten out of hand and become savage. But I mean, really, the future we're moving towards the exact opposite. Like sports and things are becoming safer and safer and less violent. I'm not saying that's wrong or anything, but I'm just saying like if you wanted to see like crazy unhinged sports, you got to go back in time, not forward. Oh, another good one, Arnold. I don't do requests. Your turn in the rocket sled, Richard. Or no, he's Richard. You know who I mean. Just a few minutes to go here. That was a good shot. Still looks fun to me. Like there's stuff I couldn't do, and I do get motion sickness and stuff. Like a lot of the stuff like NASA astronauts train with, I can't do it. I've got this terrible stomach. I don't think I think that would be fine. I think that would just be fun. Except for the ending here. That's not so good. Oh, right through his own billboard, which explodes for no reason because it's an 80s action film. Why would like a metal sled crashing through a billboard, that hit the spot, explode? Because stuff just explodes. Like that thing had a gas tank, I guess, somewhere. I don't know. And look at the fickle people. They're like the Roman citizens in Julius Caesar. We've changed our minds. We like this guy now. No, I mean, it makes sense. They do actually show him being exonerated, showing that Arnold was set up. I don't get it though. Just because you killed him, shouldn't there be all sorts of security and police and stuff coming after you? I don't. All right, time for some sexual innuendo. No snappy one-liners here, just eye contact. Some nice eye contact. Oh. And they make out for no reason, but movie logic, I get it. Ooh, riding steeple with people. I love it. Please stand by. And that's just it. So that was Maria Conchita Alonso. Okay. So that's weird. Jesse Ventura, Captain Freedom. The fight was fake, and then he just never shows up, or I missed something. Dweezil Zappa was Stevie. I don't know who Stevie was. But good old Richard Dawson. He's the real star here. And a bunch of names of people I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad I got to watch again. I thought I won't have anything to say, but you know me, I always have things to say. Even if it was just me whining about like feeling sick, I'm sure you really will enjoy that. Because I know mostly people didn't watch except for Orc. But this is for future people not watching live but watching later because this is so good and so worth it and such great content. I don't know. I don't even know if I'll keep it. I just wanted to do something. Test things out. It doesn't look like there's any improvement, which is unfortunate, but at least it's not worse. So thanks very much. See you all again next time. Peace out. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you very much.